What's up everyone, welcome back one more time, you know the deal, we play Historic Brawl. Today we keep exploring the Voltron archetype, this time with Thron. Thron is a 5 mana 5/5 that cannot be countered, it has Trample and Indestructible during our turn, and then it also cannot be target of non-green spells our opponent controls, and also abilities. So because of his ability to protect himself, we are trying to load him up with auras, such as Blanch with Armor, Hydra's Growth. These are auras that can make Thron a 10/10 very quick, something like that, and just smack face with him. It also has Trample, so it's going to be very difficult for opponents to block. Prodigious Growth, Calcification, top end auras that can make Thron a very big threat, especially Calcification. We can make him a 25/25 trampling creature, which is kind of absurd. So we're going to try these. We already play with the guys of Saint Traff, and now with Thron. Opponent says hi, and we're going to start with a Llanowar Elves. Opponent playing the Jorkadin deck. This is equipment. We can here ramp to play Thron on turn 3. That would be outstanding for our deck. So we ramp early, we play Thron, and then we load up on Thron. That's basically the idea of the deck. It's not the most powerful deck. It's a fun commander. Opponent with their artifacts. We're going to play Thron on turn 3, as expected.
Who has 2 thumbs and more text than a questing beast? This guy?
Opponent plays their commander. Reconfigures. Ooh, the Soul Stealer Axe. That's a very good alchemy card. A nice source of cards for them. Well, let's begin our task of growing Thron. Only a 10/10 with Blanch with Armor. But a 10/10 is very above the curve for an indestructible hexproof creature. Follow that up with an old growth troll. Looks really tiny besides the 10/10 Thron. Opponent keeps playing their equipment creatures and keeps loading up on Jorkadin. So many equipments. Equipment versus auras. This has to be a classic matchup. Getting in. Okay, they draw their card, grow their Jorkadin. Oh, it has first strike, so never mind. Not going to block here. But opponent has to be careful because we are very close to killing them. Reconfigures. Ah, that makes sense. Okay, so how do we close this game? I guess we have to play the Mantle. Can make this a 14/14. That might be good enough. The Troll can attack too, right? Like they would have to trade a couple of creatures. But then that's okay because the Old Growth Troll is going to die. And we can use the Aura mode into a land. Let's get in. Attack for 18 Trample. Oh, okay. So they just chomp and go to 1. Okay, the Troll still dies because of the double striking War Whip. But in this case we can Voracious Hydra the Jorkadin, which might be game here. Because we do this X2. Fight their commander. And now they need a board wipe. They need a Wrath of God, which they don't have. Cool. very close to winning this game. But this is game, right? They attack. Could let this go, but they can sacrifice the ogre to draw some cards. So I guess it makes sense to just jump block here. So unless they have a very good removal spell, we got them. Yeah, that's what happens when you're Voltroning your creatures. Exactly what we wanted to do. Brotherhood Sand. This does not do anything. Yes. All right.
Woo! This run looks nuts.
We get in with Thrun, close the game. Pretty nice performance. But not everything is great in the land of Thrun. This is a very difficult task to accomplish. Sometimes you will get your Colossification on your Thruns, make it a 25-25, so you're about to close the game, but opponent just finds an Icebreaker Kraken and locks your creatures, and you have to concede and go cry. Other times you have a very crazy board versus Atraxa, but of course they will have the Farewell. Of course they will have it. And then you lose everything and you cry. And sometimes a Cormella player just has a endless loop with Blood on the Snow, in which they clean the board, recover the Cormella, recover the Blood on the Snow, and proceed to repeat that infinitely. Yeah, that thing can happen to you. And sometimes you're just playing versus a subscriber randomly, and you Cityscape Leveler their value engine, which is a Soul Stealer Axe here, only to be caught by a well-timed Teferi's Protection. So of course the Teferi's Protection is going to get us, and then they will troll us back with their own Thrun, which is worse, even worse. And just the finishing touches, when you just think that you're going to get them and you're going to fight their Thrun, they, of course, 1 mana up, they will use what? Time of Safekeeping to give Indestructible to Thrun, and you just feel miserable, and there you have it. But this will be our last round trying to make Thrun work. We are facing the other Voltron commander in Guise of Signcraft. We will begin this. I'm going to use Pushback for now. So Geist, we played it in the channel a few videos ago. You can go check that up. Very, very powerful commander it is. We have a very good start with Milestone. Looking to play this Questing Beast. We could also ramp. They are leaving 2 mana up, so I don't want to give them very good targets for their counter spells. Let's Visionary. Well, it results. That's very good for us. And then we also play the Elves. Okay, no counters at all. Ah, Adversary. Interesting, so this is more like a Spirit build of Geist? Well, I guess Geist runs so many Curiosity effects that it makes sense to try to surprise opponents with flashy creatures. There's a Geist. Loam Speaker. So we have a good amount of mana. We might have to play here Thrun, just to try to raise them. Which is the fastest Voltron commander around.
In your face, Questing Beast. He chose me. Thrun, not you. Me, loser.
And then we also Loam Speaker and Bushwhack. We're going to make it fight the adversary. So this is race mode. Who can close this game first? They need flying for their Geist. At the moment we can block that pretty effectively. But yeah. Okay, no, combat research. They need something to give it flight, or something to make it bigger than Thrun. There it is. Exactly fly.
I got your back, Ghost, I guess.
So they need flying, and they find fly. Makes perfect sense. Okay, they punch us for 7, venture into the dungeons. I think we have a faster clock than them, especially if we can top deck some auras. We need to load up on Thrawn, that's our winning card. But if we have to beat face with small creatures, we will. Alright, so questing beast, but how do we tap? We could use the Garen Brick, but it doesn't make any sense because we don't have any more creatures to play. I'm not going to tap all the forests. I'm not going to crack the Mind Stone either yet.
Look who decided to show up. The questing beast. Go back to 2019. Loser.
We animate a forest thanks to the long speaker and we just fully attack. Racing. That's not going to work.
Ha ha ha. That won't work, buddy. I have trample.
Down to 10. And they need to kill us here or be killed. Wow, that can be game. That's 10, 13, 14, 15. They need one more. That's 15 in the air. Oh my god, do they have it? Are we going to get them just for 1 damage? They're thinking they don't have it. Wow, it was so close. Alright, we got away with it. This is going to be the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed Thrawn Voltron, a very fun archetype. It's not going to win you a lot of games, but it's very fun. You have to try it. So if you enjoyed this, please consider subscribing to the channel, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and we will see each other on a future video.